Hello, YouTube. If you don't know about me, my name is Barnett. I am a filmmaker and this is my YouTube channel. I've never tried to do something like this before. This is my first, I guess, quote unquote podcast. I got a microphone for Christmas from my boyfriend, and he has really tried to inspire me to do more stuff on my YouTube channel with my voice in it or my face in it. I used to just take videos on my YouTube of things that I liked, most specifically nature. And I don't know, it's just so difficult being on camera and hearing yourself, especially when you're an editor, which I am, and you're just like looking at yourself and hearing yourself over and over again, back and forth. So this is definitely out of my comfort zone, to say the least. So what I want this episode to be about is probably just to get to know me and just something to track where I'm at in life. So today is Saturday, January 7th. It's 2:30. I am going to be starting my senior year of college in 2 days. On Monday, the first semester of my senior year starts. Can we talk about that for a second? Class of 2020, guys. Where did the time go? 2020 happened. At the beginning, I was all right about it. And then when COVID happened, oh my gosh, like time has just gone by so fast. I'm going to be 21 in the summer. So, cancer babies out here. I feel like time has moved by really fast. Sometimes I catch myself thinking I'm still 18 and I'm like, wait, girl, like you're about to be 21, like 2023 now. So nearly 3 years have passed since COVID started. It's crazy how time is so relative. I feel like when I was in high school, like from freshman to junior year, time went by so slow. Like looking back on those years, those were such slow years being in high school. And now that I'm in college, time just has flown by. It's probably because of the emergence of being able to be your own person and being able to explore yourself. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about exploring yourself. Something about being an education major in college while being a creative person is very difficult. I do feel like education and the education system kills a lot of people's creativity. Of course, you have those 1 in a million teachers who are amazing and want you to be creative. That's kind of the person that I want to become. But as a student in college, it's just so difficult trying to be a creative person while working and taking care of my space and stuff like that, my peace, and doing all the homework, internship hours, everything, especially my senior year. I'm going to be doing a lot of internship hours the next year. And it just makes me wonder, like, being a 20-something, when you eventually get that job, that more than 40-hour-a-week job, that full-time salary, are you still going to be creative? Will you still have the time? Will you still have the passion, the drive? I feel like I've met so many older people so far into the career where they used to be creative when they were younger. They had the time, they had the freedom, the opportunity. And now that they're older, they just stopped. And that's not their fault. It's definitely, it's capitalism's fault. It's always capitalism's fault. But I don't know. I guess that's just like a fear of mine. I never want to lose that creativity. I don't know. And I feel like that's a big fear for a lot of people. I mean, even Kendrick Lamar said in one of his songs, Fear, on his Damn album, fear of losing creativity. I feel like you don't realize you're losing creativity until it's gone. And hopefully when it's gone, or when it's gotten lower, hopefully you can get it back. I think that this past year I really found a lot of creativity. At the beginning of the year, it was going well. But I honestly lost a lot of passion for film. And I think that was because I was so deep into my education that school was just everything to me. Working out was everything. I didn't have time for creativity. And now I feel like I'm gaining a new perspective at the end of 2022 / beginning of 2023. I mean, we're only like 7 days, like a week into it, but I feel like I'm really starting to see the priority in investing in your own creativity. Whether your creativity is painting or building bikes or or figuring stuff out about the universe, or even just taking walks and looking at nature and thinking about it. I feel like it's all creative. There is no one specific way to be creative. There are so many different ways to be creative, so many ways to think creatively. And that's something that's really cool about growing up. When your frontal lobe develops and all that, that's when all your creativity comes through. And it's funny because children are so creative, like I remember being a child and just thinking like the craziest ideas, and they just like, it's like they came so easy to me, like it was like thin air. I don't know. I think that's because as a kid, most of the time, you don't have any inhibitions. There's no fear. Usually there's no fear of judgment, because you haven't really developed that yet to really think about what other people think of you. I mean, I'm sure you do I'm sure I did when I was a child from a certain extent. I guess we can learn from children in that sense when it comes to creativity and trying to preserve it and not lose it. They don't care about what people think of them. I was talking to my friend in the car, and I was telling her about how I really want to just create stuff. She's a very straightforward person. She said, "Why don't you?" I told her, "I'm kind of afraid." She said, "Why are you afraid?" And I said, "Because what if I put in all of this effort and it doesn't work out?" She was like, "Well, it could work out or it couldn't, but that doesn't mean that you should be scared of it. At least one person is going to like what you make." That really stuck with me. One person is always going to like what you make. And honestly, it's so true, because not every single person in the world can hate what you make or dislike what you make or discourage you. You're always going to get those few people that don't show you love over your creativity and stuff like that, or your products. But at the end of the day, it's like you just can't take it personal. You can't be sensitive. Another thing about sensitivity, which I'm a Cancer, like I cry a lot, very sensitive person. I was talking to my boyfriend today, and I was explaining to him that I feel like sensitivity to a certain extent almost reflects a little bit of selfishness. Because when you're so sensitive and you take everything personal and think that everybody's just trying to hurt your feelings, or everybody is just deliberately not trying to support you, I feel like that's just a little bit selfish to think that. And that's coming from me, where like I have thought like that before. You post a video, you're so excited about it, it gets 25 views. You kind of sit there feeling sensitive, feeling bad, like, oh, I show all this support to my friends on their art, they're not showing support to me. But it's just like, you don't know what your friends are doing. Maybe they haven't tapped into your video yet. Maybe they didn't see your post. And even if they are deliberately not looking at your art, who cares? You made it, right? It's something for you. You should be proud of it. And you're the person who comes first. So it's just like, when it comes to creativity, you just can't be too sensitive about what other people think. That's going to discourage you. That's going to keep you in a state of thinking it's not fair. And my uncle told me that if you run through life, especially as a creative person, thinking it's not fair, you're not going to get far with that mindset. So, I don't know. I've just been reflecting a lot on my mindset lately, trying to be more self-aware, trying to fix my sensitivity, where it is good to be sensitive. There's so many beautiful things about being sensitive, and it's definitely nothing to be ashamed of, but there are certain aspects of sensitivity that you just have to learn to not feed into. And one of the things is feeling bad for yourself. Because if you continuously feel bad for yourself, it's just not good for you. It's not good for your mental health. It's not good for the people around you. You just have to focus on all of the good. Like an animal could depend on you, a friend could depend on you, or maybe a coworker loves when you come in and you make their day and you don't even know it. Or you could smile at a stranger who really needs it. You just have to focus on those types of things and not get in your head too much about the negatives. I don't know where I'm going to take this whole little podcast thing. I might keep on doing it. It's kind of cool. I have a lot of ideas for film analysis. I have one of them kind of written, but not really. It's just film analysis videos take a very long time because you have to download all the footage and edit it in where it fits, and it just takes a lot of time. Plus the essay that you have to write. Honestly, y'all, if you see a film analysis YouTuber, subscribe to them. They put in so much effort into their videos, so much like academic thought goes into it, and so much editing goes into it. Like, it's crazy. I feel like in the age of consumerism, we just kind of look at things and we don't really acknowledge how much human effort was put into it. Because I was watching Avatar, right? And this movie took the Avatar 2, by the way. This movie took 13 years to make. Years and years of editing, of CGI and motion capture. And I saw people saying, the beginning was boring. Dude, you are entitled to your opinion, but at the same time, you're wrong. Because how do you call it something like that boring? Like, so much effort was put into it. Like, so much effort from so many people. Like, this is like a team of hundreds of people working on this film. And you're just gonna consume it mindlessly and say it was boring? Like, I'm sorry, but capitalism got me messed up. Genuinely. But, I'm sure that there's certain things that I look at and I don't realize how much work goes into it and I don't appreciate it. And that just kind of touches on the whole thing I was talking about having an attitude of gratitude, not feeling bad for yourself. There's so much effort around you. Everything that you look at has effort in it. Every building that you see, effort was put into it. Every car, your car that you drive, effort was put into making that. The music you listen to, so much effort. The art that you see, so much effort. Even the plants that grow from the ground, effort was put into that. Time, effort, all of that. So, for 2023, we're going to have an attitude of gratitude, really digest and think about all of the beautiful things around us. If you listen to this all the way, thank you so much. This is just tapping into my brain and how I think. I've just been talking out loud for a little bit, and it's cool. It's cool to like get it all out and just take up space and talk, because sometimes it's difficult to talk to other people for a long time. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Thank you for listening, and make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do all that. Bye.